Hi, and welcome back to another Travel Wins Pick a Card reading. Okay, I just suddenly got hit by the inspiration, I think, this morning about wanting to do this reading for you guys. And the reading today is going to be about messages from your shadow self, okay? Kind of got inspired by this just because I had been going through a lot of needing to accept that side of myself personally. And so I felt like if anybody else is going through that, they might want to pick on this pick a card too and get a hint. Anyway, as usual, I'm going to give you some time to pick one of the cards. We're going to start, since we have 6 today, it's going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And, as usual, how I usually pick a card is by hovering my finger over the screen and finding which one, I feel like it's almost like if you're reading Braille, this big bump of energy will come up to you. All right. Sorry if I sound a bit down. I've kind of been going through a cold. So, anyway, I will see you guys in a minute. Also, these are the cards that I'll be using. I'm only using 3 decks today because the Wild Unknown was really spitting out quite a few cards for everybody today. So it would have been a lot harder to add that 4th deck in there. All right, so see you in a bit. Bye. Hi, group number 1. All right, if you pick number 1, obviously you picked the Reaper. And as usual, we have a little doll assistant. This is Jacqueline, my Halloween jack-o'-lantern spirit witch. And I adore the crap of her, and I know it's not Halloween, but since we're exploring the dark side of ourselves and the dark night of the soul, in a way, our dark side, I felt she was appropriate. Okay? So, now I have used the Reaper's obviously been in one of the readings before, and like I said then, it's still my favorite card that I've ever drawn. To me, the Reaper represents change, the end of a cycle, sovereignty, peace, calm. So nothing super negative about him. Okay, so that card will be right there. Let's see what the Wild Unknown have to say to you. And per usual, I'm going to try and kind of lay them all out. And if I feel like I needed to tell you something about the message before I get to the next cards, I will. So the first card you have is the Chariot. Okay, victory, steadfastness, speed of movement. All right, just trying to get everything set up. I do not read cards in reverse. It just doesn't feel right to me, so I just don't do it, okay? And then we have the 7 of Wands, light amongst the darkness. I think this is here we go, we got a Swords card. The light after the darkness as well. So obviously you've been going through some kind of hard time and you've passed through it. We have the 2 of Swords equaling a blockage, but I'm not really so focused on that pinpoint as I am the light around the swords. And then we have a butterfly card, a card of metamorphosis. So I feel like you're going through a great change in life right now. All right? And it's not a bad thing, trust me. Although change may come with great growing pains, it's not typically a bad thing. And especially since you already know that your spirit team is always on your side. So it is for your better good. Okay? I might have to take back what I said about the great speed. Because from the map oracle deck, we have slow and steady, magic prayer, and ghostlands. Okay, ghostlands usually to me just means take some time out and readjust what you're seeing. Okay? Oh. Okay, the next card from the Dragon Phase we have Lady Grain. Okay, open your heart. Now there's not enough room clearly for all the cards to be placed out nice and neatly, so I am going to put these on top of the other ones. The Time Guardian, which I actually feel has to do with this section here, so we're going to lay that there. And we have Oroki, Boundaries. Okay, so I think the dark side of yourself is actually saying, now we do have the blockage card there, but I don't, like I said, I don't feel like it's the blockage, although you seem to be very focused on that. You might have already moved around that obstacle. It's kind of like the mountain card, which is what I'm seeing in my head, which is really weird because I don't know why it's not here in these map cards for you, but you're so focused on that one point and whatever it is that you're trying to get over that you're not seeing the ways around that obstacle. And clearly you're slowly gaining a lot of insight here, and I think it does have a little bit to do with creating your own boundaries, whether it's with people, like you tell them too much too fast, or you just let negative people into your life when you really need to keep them at arm's length, and really just really gauge the situation before you jump in, okay? Maybe you're a bit of a fire sign, because that is a typical fire element type, where you have fire in your chart somewhere. That is a fire type behavior. You know, charge full in and not really get a good gauge of the situation. You just all or nothing. And you really need to open your heart again. Sorry, just going over it like this, open your heart again. Maybe you've closed off yourself due to a bad relationship of some kind. And relationships comes in all shapes and forms. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be romantic, it could be teachers. And trust me, if anybody knows about bad relationships, it's me. I say that because I've had a fair share of them, and I am right there with you. You are becoming illuminated to the situation, and you are leaving it behind you. You are overcoming it, but don't push yourself too hard, too fast. Take it slow, one step at a time. In a way, you're answering your own prayer, but your guides are there trying to show you the way. So really, just know you have plenty of time on your hands, so take it slow. When you're opening your heart and learning all the new things for the first time, take time to digest what you're learning, and don't just hop from one thing to the next and the next and the next, okay? All right, I'm not really picking up much more for you guys. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If this resonated with you, feel free to comment down below. It helps me so I continue to do accurate, or can do accurate readings for everybody. Keep in mind this is a group message, so if it didn't resonate for you, feel free to pick another group, or if you haven't already done that, if you have to pick all the cards, pick all the cards. It's just totally fine. So I wish you the best of luck. And I'm starting to find, I really enjoy this job. So anyway, I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And as usual, I will be your cheerleader from this side of the camera. All right, I'm going to move to the next group. Bye, guys. Hi, group number 2. As usual, we have a doll helper. This is Jacqueline, my Halloween jack-o'-lantern witch, and she's going to help us, even though I know it's not Halloween, she's going to help us discover what the dark side of our souls have to say to us. Now, if you picked group number 2, you picked sorry about my hand, got in a bit of an accident, so that's a bit of an ugly bruise, but just kind of ignore it. All right, so if you picked this group, then you picked, let's see if it'll focus, there we go, you picked the seductress, the succubus, the she-devil, and she's technically kind of the magician card, so you're a bit magical. The devil in traditional tarot generally pertains to addictions and that kind of thing. But unlike the last video she was in, I'm not feeling so much that part. I think I'm feeling more of the magician, more of the magic, getting touched. So, the magician, that magical side, that you're just very intuitive and in tune with yourself and your guides. Okay. So what does our dark side... Come on. Thank you. What does our dark side have to say to us? And you guys, the wild unknowns, spit out a hefty chunk of the deck for you. And the other cards weren't light on you either, so this reading might take a while, so buckle up. What does the dark side have to say to us? Wow. Despite checking, there we go. I was going to say, I don't see any really negative cards here, what your dark side has to say to you. So we have the Daughter of Cups. We have a bit of a regression here because the next one is the Mother of Cups. And that actually kind of supports what I said. You're very magical, you are very psychic, you're very in tune with your intuition. Because the Mother of Cups in this deck actually rivals the Priestess in her ability and power. So, at least they say that in the book, and I truly do feel that. You have a lot of court cards here. We have the Father of Wands as well. So as much as you are water, you are fire. But I'm starting to feel that you're kind of growing from that Daughter of Cups, that innocent, playful vibe, into your truly magical and full self as the Mother of Cups. And then we have the Four of Wands. Just very positive, happy light. We have a couple of major arcana. We have Judgment for you. And we have the Hangman. And yes, there's not going to be nearly enough room for all of these cards, so I will have to layer them up. We have the Seven of Pentacles. I believe this is the Seven of Wands, maybe the Eight of Wands. Oh, look how that lightning lines up. That is crazy. Wands cards. Love it. Actually, love that a lot. Alright. So far what the wild unknown is kind of telling me is that you're going through a bit of a stalemate and you're coming to a soul judgment. And granted, don't judge yourself, don't judge others. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're feeling that judgment from spirit and itself, and weighing the options of where you're going to go in the future here. But I do see positivity here, like you're going to go from this dark time into the light. So even with the Hangman's energy, don't stress out too much, all right? And of course, the Father of Wands is actually a very mysterious and very mystic kind of person. So maybe you're getting those two cards because you have done the work and you've balanced your masculine and feminine energy, and now you're in the receptive mode or in the searching mode, depending on what your dominant energy is, okay? Originally was. But, energy is always flowing and moving, and it's never the same, is it? Never the same. Okay, for the maps cards, we have Spark, Talisman, Fly, and the One Ring Circus. All right. You are a multitasker. For me, One Ring Circus is actually very close to Balancing Act in that Oracle deck. But it's a bit like, look at yourself from a higher perspective. You're feeling that spark of life, that drive to move forward. Like you've been in a standstill for so long that you just really need to let go of your judgments, your harsh prejudgments, and just jump into life and enjoy the song, enjoy the dance of life, okay? And talisman is a little bit like that. Like you've gone through this hard time, you've trudged through it, and now you're starting to move on. Things are looking up, and you're ready to move on your journey. Okay? As for the Dragon Fae, you have the Lady Alfreda. Judgment will prevail, or justice will prevail. Come on, focus. There you go. There you go. Justice will prevail. Okay? It goes a little bit with the Judgment card there, so maybe we should put this one over here. Sorry, my camera is just having a heyday with focus, isn't it? Alright, we have the Listener. Okay. Sacred Silence. Apalapa. You are a peaceful being. Yeah. And of course, to go along with all that psychic intuition and magical feelings we have with this group, we have Queen Mab. Your ancient wisdom is awakening. Which, okay, not gonna lie, this card is slowly becoming one of my favorite cards in the Dredden Fae deck. We're gonna put her right here because she actually has a lot to do with that. Alright, so from this layout, what I'm getting is that you have embarked on your psychic journey, or you will, on your spiritual journey, and you're discovering a lot of things about yourself, and you're starting to really question whether this is the way you want to go or not, and you're really starting to question whether it's real or not, or if it's all in your head, which I feel like every good psychic and every good reader, every good intuitive, every good empath, I mean, you go through this phase where you're like, wow, is this stuff really real, or is it all in my head and I just need to be in a psych ward? Okay. I've been through that for sure, a couple of times where I've really questioned myself, and the Listen card is here to let you know that you're not crazy, and that you really just need to listen to your guides and to your intuition and to spirit and what they're trying to say to you. And maybe your mind is a little busy, and so what you need to do is take time out of the day, go meditate, go find a peaceful place, just relax, and really just let the information flow through you, okay? And don't worry if somebody has wronged you. You don't need to seek revenge. That is the shadow aspect, that seeking revenge, that going for the negative. But the best revenge to somebody who's hurt you is to not give them any attention at all. To let it go. Okay? Yeah. I don't think I have a lot more, other than you need to find that higher perspective and that higher self, and just really come in tune with yourself and with your guides. And maybe need attunement. Maybe you need to go to do a Reiki healing, or just really get yourself balanced, even more so if you were unbalanced, if that fits at all. It is possible to have your masculine and feminine energies balanced while maintaining an imbalance in your chakras, okay? Because they can be equally unbalanced. Does that make sense? And I don't know why I feel like I know that. I don't really know that. But I do feel like it's true. Anyway, I really hope this gave you some insight and helped you in some way. I'm going to be your cheerleader on this side. Acceptance of your shadow self is something you need to go through in order to really become at peace with yourself. Anyway, leave a comment if this resonated with you, or if you have any ideas of a better way for me to help you. If this didn't resonate, pick another group. We have plenty of them this time. I hope you have a wonderful day, all right? And I'm going to move on to the next group, all right? Bye-bye. All right, hi, group number 3. If you picked number 3, you picked Medusa. As usual, we have a doll helper. This is Jacqueline, my jack-o'-lantern witch Halloween doll, and she's going to help us explore the dark side of ourselves and the dark side of the soul, and what the message they have for us, or at least a hint. Now, Medusa, what I get from her is completely different to what a lot of people feel. I do feel like in the stories and the myths she was wronged. What I've always felt with my connection is that she's actually a very kind and gentle girl. She was a beauty, and she was punished for being raped and for attracting a God's attention that she didn't want. Okay? I'm sorry if that's triggering to some of you. That's kind of triggering to me too. So I apologize, but it's just how I see it, all right? And I'm not going to change that for somebody else's peace of mind, because maybe somebody needs their foundation rocked to finally get through the message of what's going on. Okay, but in this card, she's taken to blinding herself, to keeping others from suffering from her gaze, and she's living her life in solitude and using her snake's sight as her own eyes. Okay, now, so this card is a bit sorrowful. This card is about isolation and loneliness, and maybe you subjected yourself to this, but you're not alone. A lot of people go through this, especially introverts. But there are some extroverts that go through periods of having to be alone too. Okay? So, let's see what our dark shadow selves have to say with our pile. The Wild Unknown cards actually didn't spit out a whole lot for you guys, okay, compared to the other ones. So maybe you're a little closer to your dark side than you expected. Oh, and I love this. I love the cards you got, okay? We got the Four of Pentacles. And to me, this is the start of movement, the start of towards like the Wheel of Fortune. It's not the Wheel of Fortune, but to me, it just kind of has that movement that it's heading that way, and that energies are beginning to flow, and you're starting to pull out of that deep sorrow. Okay, we have a couple of our major arcana. We have Justice, so karmic return, whether it's positive or negative, whatever you've put out in the world will be coming back. And the Empress. Okay, so and then we have the Daughter of Wands. So this is a very feminine energy to me, a very kind of pure, innocent, in a way. Not completely pure, because there's nobody out there who hasn't made mistakes in their life, okay? Per usual, I am going to have to lay the cards on top of them, on top of each other, to kind of give them all in a shot. But that's just because, I really wanted this setup, and I felt like it was needed, okay? So positivity, I am really seeing positivity, positive karma coming back your way. And if you are sending a lot of negative karma into the world, maybe you're close enough to your spirit guides or your ancestors that they are blocking off some of that negative return from you because they love you so much. And that's a possibility. From the Maps cards, we have Stuck in the Mud. Metamorphosis, yeah, you're going through a life change. A big life change. You are changing from a Wand to that Empress energy, I believe. Yeah, you're going from the stick to the tree. All right, and the next card is, protecting precious treasure. Okay, so like I said, your guides might be, and your family, your spirit team, your ancestors, maybe past loved ones, they are protecting you from as much negative karmic return as they possibly can. Okay, and you feel like this metamorphosis, this change is coming very slowly into this positivity, but part of the reaching the destination is the journey, and you kind of need to slow down and enjoy the transformation and the progress that you've made, because it's real major progress from that Daughter's card to the Empress, okay, to that higher power. And the Dragon Fae actually have a lot to say about that, okay, because you have number 15, the Dragon Fae goddess Tiamat, who I've actually found I have a deep connection with her, and I love her a lot. But her saying on her card is, you are stronger than you think. And that is exactly right. You are absolutely stronger than you think, okay? So you are going from that damsel, that depression, that I need somebody to save me, to I can take care of myself. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Okay? And we have the Green Lady of Wyan Dragonroach. Dragonroach, I don't say that right, but I love this card as well, actually. And on the bottom it says, sorry, there's cat hair on it. The chosen one, okay? You should choose you over others. There are times where you need to help others, and there are times where you just need to relax and be yourself. The next card you have is the Elder. Heed wise counsel. And the Elder Dragon, she is very wise. So your spirit team is trying to contact you on this karmic return and trying to protect you and trying to help you in your metamorphosis, in your change to becoming this higher self. Okay, and the last you have Lady of the New Bud. Nurture tenderness. Okay, yeah, be soft. Be gentle with yourself and others. You know, you got to be somewhat forgiving. And that your shadow side is telling you this is actually very sweet. So you might just be a very sweet person in general. But don't let that depression keep you down, and, you know, really follow through with this transformation. Go get help if you need help. You know, I would say counseling, but I know they only take certain cases in some cases, and they're really expensive, and, you know, insurance doesn't always cover everything you need. So at least find that positive, really nice friend that you can kind of lean on a little bit, but don't overboard them either, because if they're at all empathic, they will take on your depression, and it'll just make you feel terrible inside, okay? So just kind of enjoy the journey, and it's going to be slow going for right now, but just know you've made so much progress and that you're heading in the right direction, and, you know, you're letting go of your control issues, and you're just kind of trying to make yourself better, make the world better for you, and you're so strong. You can do it, okay? And I am for sure cheering for you on my side of the camera, and I will be cheering for you. It's very sweet that your shadow side is telling you all this, and honestly, I kind of want to give you a hug, but, you know, of course I can't. Anyway, I really hope this helped you in some way, gave you some hints on what's coming up in your life, and I'm sending nothing but positivity towards you. Comment down below if this resonated with you, or if you have ideas on how I can do better readings for you and others in the future. I mean, I hope you have a wonderful and lovely day. I'm going to move on to the next group. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Hi, group number 4. Okay, if you chose number 4, then you chose the card of the Morgan. And she is a triple goddess of Celtic lore. She is a goddess of magic, a goddess of, and karma in general. She is also a fertility goddess sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time. She is a fertility goddess as well. And she is a goddess of death and divination. Okay? Typically portrayed by a lot of people, the Morgan isn't accepted as a positive being. She's seen as negative, which I never understood that. I've always enjoyed her company. And also, per usual, we have a lovely doll assistant. This is Jacqueline, my jack-o'-lantern Halloween witch. And actually, I felt it was very appropriate that she help us discover what message our shadow side has to tell us. All right? And so with the Morgan, she's also a very she can be a vengeful goddess, okay, if you wrong her. Or if you just ignore her or not take her warning. And she does give you plenty of warnings. She gives you plenty of chances to listen to her. And she will let you suffer the consequences if you don't, okay? And I know that's kind of scary, but she's a tough love kind of goddess. Okay, so I'm going to put that card there, and we'll see what other messages our shadow selves have to say to us. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh my gosh. I gotta start laying these down. So, yeah, okay. You have the Two of Cups. So, of course, that's like a new or coming in romance, which is adorable and lovely. And actually, in the pre-shuffle, this card kept trying to pop out, but I didn't know which group it wanted to go to, so I just kind of had to let it go. We also have the Eight of Pentacles, and I believe this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Eight of Cups. So it's not all sunshines and roses and, you know, stuff like that. You also have the major arcana, the Devil. All right. And that, granted, the Devil might not be for you. It might be for this person coming into your life. All right. And then we have the Father of Swords. Oops. The Son of Wands. Of course, I'm not going to have enough room, so I'm going to have to cover up some of these cards. The Son of Wands. You also have the Fool. So you are jumping headlong into a situation. And the Ace of Wands. Yep. A new and budding and fruitful. Something's coming that's very fruitful. And it might be that these darker cards are for the other person and not so much you. Granted, you can be male and have the feminine energy. You can be female and have the feminine energy. I do feel this is for the feminine more than the masculine, but if you are the masculine watching this, this is definitely about you. Okay? So, a new and budding romance coming into your life. They're going to be very creative. They're going to be mysterious. They are going to be, they have some addictions, some problems, but they're going to be very analytical, because the swords are governed by air. They are going to be very analytical, very smart. And they see this mountain, and because they're so focused on the shattered glass at their feet, they're not seeing the way around it to get to you. Okay, but they will, because that's what the Ace of Wands is all about here. And they will eventually, or you will eventually take that leap of faith. Kidoki. That's what I'm getting so far from them. Let's see what the other cards have to add. Yep. Field of Dreams. You are definitely working towards something, or they are working towards something that they're dreaming about. Oh, and the spirit team is definitely encouraging them. Okay. They are being encouraged. They are being encouraged to step away from that addiction and to be themselves, and they are being given strength. I'm going to put all three of them there because I feel like that all has to do with that addiction. Okay, to move on and move past it and to let go. And the Dragon Fae, you have Annie, the Guardian, born innocent. Which is true everywhere, no matter how negative they are, how evil a person they are, there is a small patch of innocence in there somewhere, all right, to be connected with, to come into fruition if they so choose. Okay, and then they have the Dream Catcher, dreaming your wisdom. Yeah, your spirit team is trying to contact you through dreams and trying to get you to realize that that mountain is not immovable. You can get through this, whatever it is, whatever this problem is, whether it's an abusive relationship that you're in that you need to get out of to move on to a new one, whether it's a drug addiction of any kind. I'm talking opiates to illegal drugs, okay? And the next card is Wu Wang, the Wild and Pure Heart. Yeah. That kind of goes a lot with born innocent. Everybody's born innocent. It's your choices that color your life and your innocence. Okay, and then we have Grandmother Magics. I comfort you. Yep, that's the spirit team. They are trying to comfort and empower you and trying to get you to see that there is so much better once you let go. Okay, you can really express your creativity. There are people out there who will accept that creativity and appreciate you, and maybe this has to do with a warning that the Morgan is trying to get towards you and through to you. Excuse me. Trying to get through to you. Then things don't remain a mystery forever. Okay, they will come into the light, and you will see people's true intentions and true colors, and you need to make the decision of whether you want that in your life or not. And that goes from drug dealers to work partners to romantic interests to, whatever. Okay, definitely, I'm getting your ancestors and your maybe deceased loved ones are in your life. They're coming to you in dreams and trying to help you get through this difficult time, to realize there's so much more out there and that you can come into the light after being in the darkness. There's nothing that can really truly stop you. Oh my God, I'm like so for it. I just feel this absolute joy reading this. Like you are there on the threshold, and this message, or at least a message, not even this one, maybe it's the next video you watch or the next dream you have, but you are getting so close to being pushed over that edge towards the positive, towards a new beginning, towards a new love, and that love doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a new friendship. It could be a new job that you enjoy. It could be a new passion you enjoy, a new hobby that you enjoy. You're being pushed into it and guided by your ancestors and being protected from negativity and just really trying to get you there. And that struggle is almost over. And I am like rooting for you so hard on this side of the camera, you have no idea. Okay? I'm not picking up a whole lot more to say. And keep in mind, this is a general reading. If this didn't resonate with you, feel free to pick another pile. Or pick all the piles, whatever. Comment down below. It helped me know if this resonated for you, or give me ways to kind of help improve the reading system for you. I am definitely an intuitive reader. I don't really always go by the books, and sometimes I find the best readings are not from the books. Okay, so leave that there. I hope you have a wonderful day and that this helped you. All right, group number 4. I'm going to move on to the next group. Okay, wish you all the best. All right, bye-bye. Okay, hi, group number 5. If you pick number 5, then you pick the nine-tailed fox or the cubie. Don't know if I said that right, but Japanese is not, it's definitely a learning curve there. But in myth and folklore, the fox is actually thought of as a trickster or a mischievous being. The cubie itself is, the nine-tailed fox, is very magical and very powerful being, but is also considered a demon, which has so many negative connotations. I really don't see this as a negative card. They are also considered, when they take human form, they are usually beautiful women, so you're very sexy, very appealing. Okay. Per usual, we have a doll assistant. Her name is Jacqueline, and this is my Jack-o'-lantern witch doll for Halloween. And honestly, I know it's not Halloween yet, for sure, especially when this is posted, not Halloween, but I felt it was appropriate that she help us with learning about the shadow side of ourselves and what messages they had for us. Okay, so I'm going to put your first Hornblade Oracle card over here, and let's see what the cards have to say to you. Oh boy, you guys are going through a rough time of it. Okay, first of all, I'm going to put, you have a Major Arcana, Temperance. Be patient with yourself, all right? Because the next card you have is the Tower. Okay, so you're going through a real hard time, real rough time. Don't worry too hard about it. And you also have the Dark Forest. Oh yeah, you are very, I would want to say this group is very depressed. And yeah, life is getting you down and it is hard to deal with. Okay, and then you have the Six of Cups. And you also have the Father of Pentacles. All right. So, very protective, very, very protective. I say that with love, and feel like this is more of a masculine group. And I'm sorry about the noise. I do not live by myself, so you will be hearing all of this stuff. I can't stop life just to have a quiet reading, and I apologize for that. Okay? Let's see what other cards you have to go along with this. But yeah, I do see you having real darkness there. But just know under the surface there is light. Like, just like this tree, the roots are growing out, and they're just so beautiful and so colorful, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, trust me. Okay? As for the maps, you have intuition, into the unknown. Yeah, sad embrace, like I said, having problems with depression, and that's just bringing about more problems in your life, because the more negative you put out there, the more negative you receive. It's with the law of attraction. And sometimes even with putting positive stuff out there, you still get negative, and it's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. Just life happens. You're going to be constantly tested. That's part of life. We also have deep freeze. I apologize. I'm not going to have enough room to put all the cards up here without having to layer them. Okay. So deep freeze. Yeah. You are being put on hold. Take a break. Try to get some relaxation. I know that's hard. Follow your intuition if you're trying to learn about something new. Maybe it will bring you joy. Start a new hobby. It's just a good way to vent. Honestly, if you're feeling anger, I would strongly recommend joining a martial arts class or something. And the next card you have is Spirit of Place. Oh, that's why you're having such a hard time. You are definitely going to come upon a new cycle. Okay. So as for the Dragon Fae, you have the Dragon Fae of Rebirth, Whole Again. You have Bridget, We Are One, and she is sass and fire always. We have Lady Luna Magic, okay? Synchronize with lunar time and energy. And we have the new moon Fae, soul scrying. All right. So yeah, definitely you were having a hard time, maybe because this new lunar cycle, we had just gone through the blood moon super solar eclipse, the wolf moon. It was a Leo moon and the end of the giant Leo moon cycle that's been going on for the last 2 years. And that can really rook up your energy, okay? And definitely coming in with a lot of new tests. Really, with the new moon Fae, I feel like you need to definitely a deep freeze is necessary. You need to take a break, take time out from spirituality and just kind of breathe and let be and trust in what you've put out. If you've put out intentions to bring positivity your way, that it'll come back, okay? This darkness isn't going to stay here forever. You will be born anew and have definitely things will get better, because we are one, and we are one with spirit and one with the universe, and things happen for a reason, and you are tested to know if you are ready to receive the blessings that are coming your way, which they are coming, and that your shadow self is trying to help you get out of this depression is just absolutely wonderful. You're definitely a very earthy person. Just have patience with yourself and with the universe and with things coming back in return, okay? I don't know that I'm getting a whole lot more from these. I'm feeling actually a great deal of sadness looking at this group. And that almost like hopelessness, that spindly, but it's not going to stay there forever. I promise, so don't give up, okay? I'm going to be rooting for you on this side of the camera. Comment down below if this resonated with you. If it didn't, feel free to share your stories. Really, I honestly would encourage this group to pick another deck if you felt like another card suit was also part of, you felt like you needed to read it, go watch that video, because this sorrow is no good to anybody. All right, You gotta lighten up. Okay, wishing you all the very, very best. And I will see you next time, right? Bye-bye. Hi, group number 6. Last but not least, we have the Black Widow spider. Okay, spiders to me are actually not that big of a deal, even though the Black Widow is, one of the most deadly spiders on the planet, and actually reminds me of being very regal and I say that because my horse is related to the spider, and so she's a very regal, very calculated kind of person, so that's kind of what this card reminds me of, is her. And she's very just kind of self-sufficient. Okay? And per usual, we have a doll helper, and I'm sorry if I sound a bit down. The last card group just really, I got a huge emotional sadness from it. It's been really hard to shake. Okay. And so our doll helper here is Jacqueline, and she is my jack-o'-lantern Halloween witch. And I know it's not Halloween or even close, but it felt very appropriate that she help us to discover what our dark side of the soul wanted to say to us, okay? Also, the spider kind of tends to represent creativity in the unknown deck, so there's a little bit of that in there too. Oh boy, we got more sorrow. I'm so sorry to say that, because I say that because you have the 5 of Cups from the wild unknown, and that's generally what that card just gives me, is it just makes me sad. I don't think it's going to stay that way, though. Definitely not. Okay, here we go. We got the support coming. You're feeling trapped, feeling very trapped in whatever situation you're in and whatever you're going through. But you have also the Strength card. Okay. So you have a huge inner strength. You have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So you are going to get a wake-up call. You have the Magician, which, love the Magician. And in this deck, actually, technically, the Cheetah, which not really cheetah, it's kind of a leopard. Anyway, it's supposed to represent speed and the action and movement towards whatever you're trying to manifest in your life. And you have the Daughter of Pentacles. Gonna put that over here. No, I'm not gonna have enough room to put all the cards down without having to stack them. So that's why I'm trying to kind of get you to look at them individually as well. So whatever situation you're in, you definitely have the strength and the ability to get yourself out of it. And I feel like that feeling of imprisonment is definitely an illusion. Okay? And that too shall pass. And I say that because the next card from the Maps Oracle deck is Storm Fields. And all storms end just like they begin. So this too shall pass, and you don't need to worry so much about it. And you can find your way easily because we have the compass. Okay, so you have all the right tools there to find your way out of this situation. Whatever is making you sad, whether it's cutting people out of your life that no longer serve you, whether it's quitting a job and starting a different one, whether it's moving on from a relationship, whatever it is that's bringing you down, you know how to sever it from your life, you know how to get out of that situation, and you need to do it, okay? And yeah, I say that because the Wizard of Awareness, so you've known already what you need to do, you just haven't done it yet. Once you get that momentum going, because you have movement, once you get that going, life is going to get so much better because we have peaks of joy, okay? So once you get past it all, Daughters of Pentacles, I see the Daughter of Pentacles is very sweet and very loving. Maybe it's your daughter or somebody that's younger than you, somebody that you care about, like a sister or a younger sibling that's in this situation. Once you help them find their way out, things will change. Yeah, things will change big time, and you have clarity from Dragon Fae Fernia. She is a very dark and mysterious Dragon Fae, but she's also very sweet and loving. So really starting to feel that sibling energy, and it might be a little brother, because you have Pendragon, pure male energy, or your daughter, little sister, whatever is going through a time. With maybe a lover of the masculine energy, Granted, I say that because they can be male or female and have masculine energy, okay? And then we have the Dawn Watcher. Yeah, you've been warned. You've been warned about this situation hard, okay? And you just need to let all your emotions go, or help them get all their emotions in check and allow emotional flow. Okay? You just really need to help them get out of this depression, out of this feeling trapped. I know I was in a situation similar that I had to do some healing from, and I say that because not only did I say that because that's just the natural progression of what I was getting in my head from spirit, but I also have Morgan Le Fay healing here. All right. You know, I was also in a situation that I didn't know. I thought I had no way out but to commit suicide, and instead of doing that, I had somebody very near and dear to my heart, actually my mother figure. My mother actually stopped me from doing that, helped me see a way out of the situation. And after going through that, yes, peaks of joy for sure. I have never been happier. Life is wonderful. It is positive. Whoever you're meant to help, whoever this reading is meant for, if you are in the one feeling trapped or feeling sad, you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are ways out, especially if you're dealing with an abusive situation of any kind, whether it's family, friends, romantic. And I mean, all of them can be abusive. Maybe you're dealing with a narcissist or a sociopath or something of the combination. A psychopath, which is all, you know, you can have those disorders and not be a serial killer, okay? There are normal people out there who have those disorders, and they're very much a problem to themselves and society in a lot of ways, and they just need help, and sometimes you want to help them, and there's nothing you could do about it, okay? Unless they make the choice to help themselves, there's nothing you can do, so you gotta let it go. Whatever situation this is, you gotta let it go. There is positivity, and there are people out there to support you, and, you know, especially if you're feeling like contemplating suicide, that is not a way out, okay? Never ever. There is a suicide hotline, and I will put their number in the box below if that is what you're feeling, okay? And especially for the last group as well, with all that sorrow, as much, and I'm not going to judge you, and I don't judge people who have actually committed suicide as a way out. If that was the only way out they saw, then it actually took a lot of bravery to do that. But it still leaves so much pain in your wake that it's not really worth doing. God. Yeah, you have so much strength in you, and there is a clarity here, and you are going to realize the situation, and you are going to move on, and I am rooting for you like hardcore. God, yes. Oh my God. Yeah, and 100% support you for moving on in this situation, and I really hope you're listening to your guides, because they are trying to tell you the same thing. They really want you to get that healing done. They really want you to move on and feel all these emotions, and don't let yourself bottle them up. Let it go and move on, because there's so much to the world than this situation, and you'll feel so much better afterwards. I'm not getting a whole lot more off of this reading than that, but, you know, comment down below if this resonated with you. I really hope if this resonated with you, and other of the readings that was positive also resonated with you, because there is so much more to life. And even your dark side is telling you this is not the right way to go, okay? And I really hope it's helped you in some way, and I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you have a wonderful day, okay? Think positive, all right? I'll see you later in the next video, all right? Bye.